Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to customize the Linux Mint menu, and that's this menu right down here. And we're going to be looking at three main sections: content, appearance, and behavior. And these settings will let you tweak how the menu looks, what it shows, how it reacts. And so let's just jump right in. Now the first thing though, you'll notice that when I click on the menu, that it's kind of short. It doesn't display a lot. Like with all applications, it doesn't have a lot. Now this is a fresh install of Mint. So what you can do is you can extend this. If you go here, just bring the mouse up. You'll notice it at the top, it shows a little line and then a little triangle under it. So if you click and hold, and we can just drag this right up, and you'll notice it shows a lot more of these applications. So let's start by right-clicking on the menu button. So we right-click and let's select Configure. And these are the three menu items I was talking about: content, appearance, and behavior. Now, if you look at the top, it says Places. Now, the places are these icons right here underneath my avatar. We have the home, the desktop, and the documents turned on. So if we turn on downloads, music, pictures, videos, and I'll show you other bookmarks in a second, you'll notice all of them show up here. So I don't have to go to Nemo to access these folders, and I don't have to put them on the desktop either. I can select them right from here. Now, other bookmarks, you'll notice I turn on other bookmarks and nothing happens. Well, other bookmarks are for Nemo bookmarks. So let's just open up Nemo. Now there's a hidden bookmark feature here, and it doesn't open up until you decide to put a bookmark here. So what I'm going to do, let's just grab one of these. Let's grab copy. And if we drag it down to the left, watch what opens up. You'll notice a bookmark menu opens up. And if I just drag it right in there, I now have bookmarks. So if we look here, I have other bookmarks. So if we go to the menu, you'll notice that copy folder is in there. So let's bring this back over. Let's say this temp folder. I can bring that over here and I can put it in my bookmarks as well. And then you'll notice here, there it is. So if I just click on it, there it is. So I have quick access to all of my my normal places, and then I have access to my extra bookmarks. So now let's go to content. Sidebar basically turns the whole sidebar on and off. If I turn that off, you'll notice the whole sidebar is gone. So let's turn that back on, and there it is right there. Avatar, that's this right here, and I'll show you how to change that in a minute. That's the picture right here. And then favorites and recents, if they're turned on, they will show up right here underneath the application categories right here. And now we'll go to the menu editor in a minute, but let's go to appearance. And now the search bar here is at the bottom. I can change it and put it at the top. If I go to at the top, you'll notice the search bar goes way up here. And then the position of the system buttons. Now the system buttons are these three right here. The lock, the switch user, and then the power off. Now if I want to move those, I can put them up here next to the search bar. So right now it's in the sidebar. I can move them alongside the search bar, and you notice there they are. So if I move that search bar to the bottom, and then those system buttons end up on the right. So I'm going to put those back in the sidebar because I like them there. Easy access. And now show application descriptions. What that is you'll notice all my applications have a little description underneath them. For instance, Audacity, record and edit audio files. Now if I turn that off, you'll notice that those descriptions have completely disappeared. So I like those on. Now the next one is use symbolic icons for categories. Now the category icons are right here: accessories, education, graphics. And right now it's showing colored icons. But if I turn on use symbolic icons, what that will do, that will switch it from the normal full color icons to symbolic icons. Basically, symbolic icons are just simplified monochrome icons. And some people like those better. I kind of like the color ones, but you know, I can go either way. But if we turn those back off, you'll notice that the colored ones show right back up again. Now the category icon size, that is the size of these icons right here, and we can switch that. Let's just turn that way down. You'll see what happens. They get really small, and I changed those. I like to have them in the 20s. I'm not particular about, you know, how big they are, just as long as they're good enough size to see. Application icons, same thing. That's the icons for this one right here. If we turn those down, you notice that all of the application icons are smaller. And then the sidebar icon size, that's these right here. So if we turn those way down, you notice how small they get. I usually keep those up in the 20s too, but I'm not too particular. And then maximum sidebar width, that's just the width of the whole sidebar, and you can change that too. And now down below, we have the panel. Now what this is, use a custom icon and label. So now that's this icon right here, the LM, the standard Linux Mint one. Now if I turn that off, of course, you just, that's all you get. But if you want to edit that, you can turn it on. And then I can select a different icon. So if we click on this, it'll give us a whole bunch of icons. And if I want to use my own, all I have to do is go browse. And I can actually use my icon here. So let's browse. And then you'll notice it is my custom icon down here. Now I can change its size if I just click on the plus button. And then I can actually put text to it too. And then we have behavior. So change categories on hover. So if you look here when I go to categories, you'll notice that I don't have to click. It just opens it up like graphics, internet, office, science. I don't have to click. If I turn that off and then I go back here and scroll, you'll notice they don't open. I have to click on each one. I'm not sure why anybody would like that, but the option is there. Enable auto scrolling in application list. So what that is here, I'm not clicking. I'm going down to the bottom and it's auto scrolling. If I turn that off, it will not auto scroll. I have to actually spin my center mouse button. So I like to have that on. And then keyboard shortcut to open and close the menu. I don't use that because basically I just like to click. It's much easier than taking my hands off the mouse and using shortcuts. So I don't use any of that. So let's change this avatar here. So if we click on the menu and we just click on that avatar right there, I can change this picture right here. So I can change it to anything. I can even use my own custom picture. And then I come up with this cartoonish picture that somebody did of me like 20 years ago. So that cartoonish picture actually ends up right there. And it's actually kind of cool. If you want to use your own picture, I'm not a big fan of putting my own picture and stuff. But oh, let's do the guitar. I like that. There we go. That looks good. So then lastly, we have the menu editor. Now, I'm not going to go into much detail with this because in my opinion, I think this is one of Linux Mint's weakest links. The problem with it is that Linux Mint uses what's called .desktop files, and it's a configuration file. So the configuration, the .desktop file needs to match the configuration in the menu editor, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you got to do extensive editing and they don't show up. You'll copy things around. In other words, let me just show you. So we have games, right? Let's go to internet. Let's copy Thunderbird into the games. Now, right now, games is not showing in the categories. Now, if I paste this in, should show. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, look, it doesn't show. Even though I drop something into the games application category, it doesn't show. Now, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And so it's one of these things where it's just really frustrating. I don't use the menu editor. If I need to actually change things around, which is very rare, I use an application called Menu Libre, and it's right here. This works so much better than the built-in menu editor in Linux Mint. And so now, even like I say, I don't use it that much. There's not really any reason for me to be moving these categories around because I think that the way when you install an application, I think it does a really good job of putting it into the category that it needs to be in. But if you really wanted to actually edit the main menu, I could do a video, a tutorial on Menu Libre. But for now, I think it's just, in my opinion, I think it's just the default works just perfectly fine for me. And so I don't worry about the menu editor. I think it's quirky, and I think that Linux Mint needs to work on it. So anyways, that is editing the menu in Linux Mint Cinnamon. All right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. And if you're not subscribed, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right. We'll catch you guys later.